Time to wake up. Coffee first. So good. Yo, what's up, guys? Fears, audience, fears. What's up, guys? How oughtest thou? Thouest is doing a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday, I was feeling like crap, but I feel a lot better today. Well enough to go to work. Yes. I feel a whole lot better. Anyway, let's open up that chat. Let's get emoji and lots of stuff to talk about. And some old things, some new things, and some things that I haven't told you guys about. But we're going to get into it right here, right now. Let me just open up the chat and see where you guys are going.
I feel a lot...
Anyway, I do feel a lot better. I feel a lot better. Let me just switch it from top chat to live chat. Thank you for the 2 likes. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you for the 3 likes. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, today's topics are movies coming out in 2023 that I'm looking forward to. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to take some random questions from the fans. I'm going to answer some random questions, and then, as you guys all know, Fears has not had much luck in finding, let alone a girlfriend, a date. So my friend at work, he mentioned speed dating. He mentioned speed dating, and I don't know if I'm ready for all that. So I wanted to get your guys' opinions. So I may do it. I may not do it. I did Google, and they've got some events coming up in October and in September and in August. And they've got speed dating in the local Orlando area. So I thought, you know what? I may give it a try. I mean, but anyway. So there's all that. In 2 weeks, guys, in 2 weeks, I am going to have the honor and pleasure of meeting Keith Coogan for the second time. We're buddies. We became buddies at a convention, and I follow him on Instagram. He follows my YouTube channel. I follow him on YouTube. I think I've got him on TikTok. I've got him on Twitter. He's a nice guy. He is the most nicest guy in the world. It's been kind of a crappy... I mean, I've had a good day, but the weather outside has been crappy. It's been raining all night and all day. I don't know if you can hear it. It was raining yesterday on the stream. It's raining today on the stream. You'll probably hear some thunder, some lightning. I hope my internet stays afloat. You know, I hope it doesn't crap out. I really hope it does not crap out. But anyway, so in 2 weeks, I'm going to be really excited about that. So that'll be something to look forward to. I got to pay rent this week, so not looking forward to that. But I am looking forward to going to that convention and interview. Well, I'm going to try to interview Keith Coogan again. So if the live craps out because of the weather, I apologize, and I'll either start a new one or what you get is what you get. Because I'm telling you, it's been crapping out all day, guys. Yeah. No, I'm really excited. The first time I met Keith Coogan, wonderful guy, and I met his wife. They were both at the convention. I met him a couple of months back, so we've been friends online. I follow him on TikTok, and I follow him on Twitter and Instagram, and his YouTube channel, and all sorts of good stuff. So very nice guy, very nice individual. I cannot wait to interview him a second time. Anyway, I'm gonna let Visions know that I'm live. I did mention something to him that I was gonna go live soon. I said I was making coffee. I don't know if Visions is working today. He may be busy. He may not be busy, but I'll just drop him a line saying, yo. So I'm just going to say, hey, I am live right now. So come and hang out if you can. Yeah, dude, buddy. All right. Hey, well, hopefully we'll get some chat going here soon. Feel free to say hello in the chat. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to give it everything. Unfortunately, I didn't watch any movies, so I'm not going to review anything today because I was sick last night and I went straight to bed. I was vomiting until 3 or 4 in the morning, so I did not go into work. But I'm going into work tonight. I guess whatever was inside my stomach, I puked out. So it was a bad night last night. That's why I feel way better today. But thanks for all the love and the prayers and the blessings. Spheres had a bad night last night, to say the least. But no, I want your guys' opinion. So that's all the updates. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should do speed dating or not? Let me know. Well, on one hand, I would take my friend's advice. You know, he goes, "Fears." He goes, it can't get much worse. He goes, "You've tried for 4 years, and you haven't got anything." So he's like, "Why wouldn't you try it?" So, and I was like, "Yeah, you know, you're right." I'm like, "It's worth a shot." But on the other hand, I think you have to pay for these events. So I don't know exactly how much they are, but I thought, well, what if I go and nobody likes me, and what if I go and then I'm out like, 40 or $50 or however much the event is, So, but I'm thinking about it. But if you guys have got any suggestions, you let me know. If you guys got any views on it. So, should I do speed dating or not? I'm not desperate by any means. I'm just saying, I would like a lady in this century, I would like a lady in this century because I've had plenty of ladies in the past, and there's been some great ladies. There's been some great ladies in the past. I'm just sick and tired of meeting Mrs. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to meet Mrs. Right. Get things a rocking, get things a flowing, get married, get a house, get some kids going. Don't you guys want to see the little pitter-patter of a little Fears, my son, in the vlog? Yakov, I know you do. Yakov says, I say do it. A good way to get out there and meet new people. That's very true. It's very, very, very true. But how cool would it be? I meet some girl at speed dating. Because I've tried everything else. I've written 1,000 girls on the dating apps that I use. And I've gotten a few like little nibbles here and there, but nothing spectacular, And my friend, not last night, because I didn't go into work last night because I wanted to go into work last night, but I was vomiting. I was vomiting till 4 in the morning, so I didn't have, and it was off and on. Like I'd vomit, and I'd be like, all right, I think I got everything out. I think everything's good. And then I would go back to bed, and then I would get sleep for like an hour or two, and then I'd be like, oh shit, I can feel it coming. Race back in. So that was the best worst hamburger that was the best worst hamburger I've ever had in my life. On the way down yesterday after church, I had a hamburger and French fries for lunch, and it was really good. But it was not good coming out. It was going good on the way down, but as soon as it came back up, there you are. Anyway, your guys' thoughts. We got 6 people watching, 3 likes. I appreciate all the likes. Yakov is the only one talking. What do you guys think? You think Fears should do speed dating? I got this idea from a friend a few days ago, not yesterday, but a few days ago. I was at work, and my friend's like, well, Fears, he goes, there's good points and there's bad points. He goes, the bad point is, he goes, what if you go and you pay like $50 or $100 for the event or however much it is, and then you don't get any dates, He goes, then you've wasted your time and your money. And I was like, that's true. He goes, but on a good note, he goes, let's say you go and you meet the girl of your dreams. He goes, plus Fears, he goes, you could do a couple events. He goes, let's say you don't meet anyone at the first event, right? And I said, yeah. And he goes, who cares? He goes, just wait till the next event, a couple months down the road and go to the next event. So I think I'm going to try it. I just wanted your guys' opinion, so let me know. Let me know what you guys think. So the next one's in a couple of months. I think it's in a month or two. So, and I think in about a month I'm gonna reserve my ticket because you can't buy them way too in advance. On the website it said you have to wait like a couple of weeks prior to the event. So in a couple of weeks I'm gonna reserve it, and I think I'm gonna go. So yeah, and I am gonna go to Disney World here soon. I haven't picked a day, but it's been a long time since I have not went to the parks. The last time I was at the park was the end of 2019. I'm sorry, the start of 2020. So right before the pandemic started, I went like once or twice more. And then the pandemic started. And then I lost my job at Disney because of the pandemic. So I do miss that job every once in a while. It was cool. I got like free food at the park. I got free access inside, outside, behind the scenes. It was kind of cool. So I always think about maybe someday like reapplying there, but I don't know. We'll see. Yes, Kate, my stomach is feeling a lot better. I was yakking it up. I was sorry, yak. No pun intended. But I was yakking until 4 a.m. So whew, it was a rough night going into a rough morning. But once I got it all out, then I went to sleep because I woke up. Once I stopped vomiting, I woke up at around 12 or 1 today, and then the rest of the day was great. I was hungry after, puking out a lung, and I probably lost like 5 pounds from yakking up all that crap. So I went and got some lunch at a good place, thank God, and I feel great. Can't wait to go back to work today. So yeah. I did upload a new video. Finally, Fears got off his ass, and I wiped off the rust, and I made a vlog. So the newest vlog. I'm sorry, Larry. It's not the Titanic vlog yet. The Titanic vlog is coming. It's coming, but it's not the Titanic vlog. It's the where I went and saw Indiana Jones 5. So it's only like 4 or 5 minutes. I thought I would just throw that one up real quick because it's a real quick vlog. So check it out. I hope you guys enjoy it. But the manager of the theater, he did lie to me. So a couple weeks before, when I went and saw The Flash, get this, Yakov. So when I went and saw The Flash, he looked at me right in the face. You guys know I cannot make this shit up. So I bought my Flash ticket. I got my popcorn. I buy my collector's cup, and I only buy the collector's cups when it's a movie that I'm really into because I'm a big nerd. I like to collect all the collector's cups. So I bought my Flash collector's cups, and I said, hey, in a couple of weeks I'm going to come see Indiana Jones. And he went, oh, yeah. He's like, I hope you enjoy it. I said, hey, I got a question for you. And he goes, yeah, what's up? I said, are you going to have any Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny collector's cups? Oh, yeah, we'll have some. We'll definitely have some. Right? Straight to my face, said, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, we'll have some. I went, okay, cool, awesome. I'm like, I'll definitely get one. He's like, oh, yeah, he goes, I'll probably buy one myself, right? I get there, I go up to the concession stand, and they're like, oh, yeah, what would you like? I said, I'd like, a small popcorn, and I want to get your Indiana Jones collector's cups. Hey, I'm sorry to tell you, none of them came in, we didn't get any. And I was like, oh, no. I'm like, that's not true. But I said it nicely. And the guy's like, well, what do you mean? I said, the manager told me to my face that you guys would have some collector's cups. And then the young kid, he was like 18, so he probably didn't know what the hell he was talking about because at 18 and 17, I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. And it looked like the kid's first job, right? So he goes, maybe I'm wrong. He goes, let me go talk to my boss. And so he goes off, talks to the same guy that talked to me. Right? The same guy that talked to me. So the young kid goes, talks to his boss. His boss came out, looked at me off camera. I should have got it on camera. Right? Should have got it on camera. And he goes, oh, yeah. He goes, I remember you. He goes, how's that Flash Collector's Cup treat? I went, oh, it's pretty good. I'm like, hey, didn't you say? I'm like, you told me for sure you're going to have Indiana Jones Collector's Cups. I'm like, not that I care, but I'm a big Indiana Jones fan, and I really wanted one. And he was like, oh, yeah, I did say that. And so then he pauses, and I'm like, yeah, so can I have one? And he was like, oh, yeah, they didn't come in. Parlez-vous français? What? They didn't come in? Well, if I was a manager, now I didn't say this to the guy's face in the vlog. I said it off camera, and I said a little bit of it on camera when the guy was way over there so he didn't hear me. If you tell someone, hey, yeah, we're definitely going to get a collector's cup, why don't you make sure that the delivery comes in, before telling all your customers, oh yeah, we're going to for sure get one. Oh yeah, we're going to for sure get one. Well, guess what, numbnuts? They didn't come in, So that was the only thing about that day that I didn't like. I don't like people lying to me, Anyway, yo, Visions, what's up? Visions, I'm glad that you're here, buddy. I'm watching this tonight, and I'm going to review it. Now, I've seen bits and pieces of this, but I haven't seen it all the way through. So I'm going to watch this. There's a lot of crazy scenes in this. One of the craziest scenes, he's naked. He's chasing this girl. She's naked. He's got a chainsaw. She tries to, run out of the building. He's got blood dripping down his neck, blood in his mouth, blood around his mouth, running with a chainsaw. So this is going to be quite the movie. Quite the movie. So, Visions, I'm going to watch this. So, Visions, if you want to watch this tonight, so you can add in your 2 cents tomorrow. I'm just letting everybody know in advance that I'm going to watch this. Again, I've watched another great death is where he starts listening to Huey Lewis or whatever that guy's name was. And the guy's like, are you wearing a raincoat? He goes, yeah, I am. And then he just straight up axes the motherfucker. But before he axes him, the guy's all like, why the hell do you have newspaper down? And he's like, well, numbnuts, you're about to find out. And then nunk, axe right in the back of the guy's head. And there you go. That's all she said. But anyway. But yeah, Yakov, can you believe that? If I was a manager, I would make sure that they had the collector's cups there before just say. The guy was so sure of himself. I should have got it on camera. When I went, because you guys saw my vlog when I went and saw The Flash. I was so happy, oh sweet, I got the Flash collector's cups, hell yeah. And then off camera, I looked right at the guy and said, hey, I said, Indiana Jones is coming out in a couple of weeks. I said, I'm gonna come and see it. I said, hey, are you guys gonna have any collector's cups? Oh yeah, yep. He goes, don't worry, we'll have tons of them. He goes, you come here all the time, you buy always the collector's cups. And I said, well, not always. I said, I always buy the collector's cups of my favorite movie, because I'm a big nerd. Don't worry, we'll have some for sure. I get there, no collector's cups. Son of a bitch. Anyway, but they had no problem with me bringing my Holy Grail. And I said, do you mind if I just pour a little Diet Coke in my Holy Grail and drink it on camera? They were like, go nuts. Go for it. And I was like, sweet. So I got that. I got that shot. So yeah. Larry said, when are you going to go speed dating? Well, I'm thinking about it, Larry. Because obviously going to conventions and trying to pick up girls there, that's not working. The dating apps that I'm using, those are not working. I've tried for 4 years to get a lady. 0. I've gotten a few nibbles. Yakov said I should do it. So the other day when I was at work, oh yeah, by the way, Visions, I didn't go into work last night. I was puking until 4 in the morning. I feel way better now, but it was violently vomiting until 4 in the morning. So I yacked up whatever I ate, which was probably that undercooked hamburger. I'll probably never go to that restaurant ever again. I'm telling you though, it looked fine. It felt good on the way down, but it felt horrible on the way out. So yeah. Anyway, so a couple of days ago, my friend's like, well, Fears, he goes, look at it this way. He goes, you've tried for 4 years. He goes, yeah, and you've gotten a few nibbles here and there. And I said, yeah, I've gotten a few nibbles, And so my friend was like, at work, we had a little bit of a break, Visions. He's like, well, it's time to try something new, Fears. And I said, what do you got in mind? And he goes, I've never done it, Fears. He goes, but some of my friends did speed dating, and they had great results. But he said, but here's the catch. He goes, sometimes they do cost a pretty penny. He goes, like one event my friend went to, it was $25 to go, and you had to buy at least 3 drinks. And I went, okay. I'm like, that's not bad. He goes, yeah. He goes, but then the next one they went to, it was like $50. And I was like, that's pretty high, buddy. He goes, yeah, but think of it, Fears. He goes, what if you go and you meet the lady of your dreams there? I was like, that's true. That's true. So there's a bunch of give and take. So yeah. Oh, I'm not going to reveal what restaurant it is, Larry. It's a Florida restaurant, but I probably will never go there ever again because they cost me one night of work. You know, I lost money because I didn't go into work last night, and I almost puked up a goddamn lung because I was violently vomiting, and I had my head stuck in a toilet for hours on end. So there it is. But I feel way better now. And at least I got to sleep in a little bit, you know. Apparently, my friend texted me. He goes, oh, Fears. He goes, you're probably glad that you didn't come into work. And I was like, well, why? And he was like, oh, Fears. He goes, we were so busy last night. I was like, well, how busy? He's like, oh, man, we had 49,000. I was like, oh, yeah. I'm so glad I didn't come into work last night. And he goes, you don't mean that, do you, Fears? I said, no, I don't mean that. I said, I'd rather be there, you know, making money than just, you know, sitting like a bump on a log, you know. Anyway. So, yeah. You should call the burger joint you ate at and let them know your experience. That's just too much effort, Kate. You know, I'd rather just not ever go there ever again. I'm telling you, though, it looked fine, though. Visions, Visions, Yak Off, Kate, everybody else, Larry, you know I wouldn't lie to you guys. When they put the burger down, right, I looked at it before I took a bite out of it, looked completely fine. It tasted fine. But that was the only thing that I ate because I skipped breakfast and then I skipped dinner because whenever my stomach gets like that, eating more food will make me more sick. So I had lunch, and it wasn't immediate. Like on the way home last night, you know, the drive home, Visions. On the way home I was like, oh man, I can't wait to get home. I'll take a shower, I'll have a little nap, and then I'll do a live stream and tell everybody, you know, how church was and yada yada yada. I get home, and I was only home probably for about 20 minutes. I get out of the shower, and then bam, that's when the pain started, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be one of those nights. Yo, Pixel, what's up? He goes, you have written tons of bad reviews on Place before. That's true. That is true, Pixel. That is true. I did write a bad review, but I'm just not going to tell you guys what place it was because it's none of your business, you know? So, yeah. But anyway. But you know what, Pixel? The reason why I'm not saying it is I may give the joint one more chance. Because I've eaten there before and nothing's happened. I've eaten at that place a couple of times. You know? So maybe they just accidentally undercooked it, you know? I'm willing to give people a second chance. You know? So yeah. You think they did it on purpose? No, I don't think they did it on purpose, Larry. That's why I'm willing to give them a second chance, you know? Anyway. Pixel, I got your message, buddy. I had no idea that Paul Reubens, you guys all know who Paul Reubens is. He played a lot of roles. He was in the Blues Brothers as the waiter. He had a lot of cameos in movies. He was a stand-up comic. He got in trouble for a while because he was very naughty in a movie theater, and it was very weird. But before that, he did a whole bunch of like cool roles. But I don't agree with his behavior in that movie theater, Pixel. That's just weird and random. But I had no idea. Pixel wrote me and said, hey, Fears, Paul Reubens passed away. And I was like, I did not know that. So apparently he didn't tell any of his fans. I'm sure he told his family, but he didn't tell any of his friends or his fans that he had cancer. And apparently he died today because of the cancer. It was on my Facebook. Somebody tagged it to me before Pixel and said, hey, Fears, check this out. And then probably like 20 or 30 minutes later, Pixel, you tagged it to me, and I was like, oh, shit. So I read it both on Facebook, and it was on my friend's Facebook. And then he didn't tag it to me. He messaged me and said, "Hey, Fears, check this out." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that he passed away." I'm like, "That's terrible." And then Pixel, you tagged it to me, but yeah. But anyway, so man, that's crazy. So yeah. Yep. Visions, Pee Wee Herman. Because he made he made 3 Pee Wee Herman movies, and then he had the TV show. And I used to watch the TV show as a kid, like, all the time. But then after he was naughty at that movie theater, I was like, this is kind of weird, you know? But yeah. But Fears did buy the TV show. I did buy the TV show a long time ago. But yeah. Because I forgot that he did that in the movie theater. And then after I bought it, I was like, oh shit, yeah, he got arrested for doing that one thing in the movie theater. And I was like, oh Lord. Anyway. Well, when I was a kid, the show was great. Because I think he did that. I think he got in trouble after the TV show and after his first film. I think. Something like that. I think it was in between his 2 Pee Wee Herman movies. He did Pee Wee's Big Adventure, then the one like where he joins the circus called Big Top Pee Wee or some shit like that. Then he went to jail for a couple of years, and then he got out, and then he did. I haven't seen the third one, Visions, where he works at a diner, and he makes people like milkshakes and stuff, and he lives in a small like Midwestern town, and then like his friends like, you know what, Pee Wee, you haven't been on a vacation like in 20 years. You should take a vacation. And then he takes a vacation, and then all like chaos ensues or some shit. I haven't seen that one. I mean, that's one way to look at it, Larry. He was enjoying himself. A little bit too much, though. Larry says, I don't think Pee Wee Herman did nothing wrong. He was just enjoying the movie the way it was intended. I mean, that's true. That's true, but, you know, you don't want to do that stuff in public. You know, you don't want to do that stuff in public. I would have never done that in public, you know. So, you got to keep that stuff kind of private, you know. Because do other people want to see that? Probably not, you know. Anyway. Right, Larry? I know you are, but what am I? You're a nerd. You're an idiot, you know. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Infinity. It's one of the greatest scenes. Actually, the greatest scene in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Larry, is probably when he just goes berserk, busts into Francis's like mansion house. It's like a huge ass mansion. Francis is in this massive, I mean, huge fucking bathtub. It's like a goddamn pool. And then he's like, still want to buy my bike, Francis? And he's like, well, no, why would I want that? Like, I could have any bike in the world. And he's like, haha. He's like, you don't want it anymore because you already have it. And then, like, he's like, Dad, help me. And then all of a sudden he gets out and he locks the door. And he's like, go ahead and scream your head off. We're miles away from anyone that can hear you, you son of a bitch. And he jumps in the fucking pool and starts, like, kicking the shit out of Francis. That's probably one of the greatest scenes. That's one of the greatest scenes, are probably when, towards the end, when he gets his bike, Larry, and he's just going fucking nuts, like, through the movie studio, and he's just riding his bike through every single movie set. That's probably one of the greatest scenes, too. He's, like, running through, like, he's biking through, like, a Christmas movie, then he, like, bikes through, like, an MTV, like, rock, like, punk rock, like, music video. Then he's going through a Godzilla one. I mean, he's all over the fucking place on the studio. Then he's, like, in a Tarzan movie and shit, you know? It's pretty nuts. Anyway. That's true, Visions. Visions says, well, it was an adult theater. Like, what else are you going to do? Me personally, I'm just the type of person, if I was at an adult theater, I would just save all that recreational stuff until I got home. Even if I was at an adult theater, which Fears has never been to an adult theater, you know? Probably the closest to an adult theater is like a strip club, you know? But I've never partaked in an adult theater. I never will. But even if I was at an adult theater, Visions, I probably wouldn't do what he did, you know? That's just me, though. That's just me. Anyway. Larry says, I love that scene, too. Well, which scene, Larry? The one at the end where he's flying through all the movie sets? I will say this about him. He was a funny actor. I just don't think he should have done that in that movie theater. That's the only thing bad about him. Everything else, he was fucking hilarious, you know? So, yeah. Anyway. May he rest in peace, you know? But that was kind of a shock. I had no idea that he passed away. And now, Pixel, I guess he passed away today. I don't know if he passed away. I mean, it was on my friend's Facebook, and then my friend tagged it to me. So I don't know if he passed away today, or if he was, or if it was like earlier in the week. I have no idea. Anyway, but yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame that he passed away. And of course, you know, cancer takes out a lot of people. It took out my dad. It took out my grandma. But my British grandma, had a different type of cancer than my dad. My dad had prostate cancer, and my grandma, she died of lung cancer because she smoked so much. She smoked like a chimney. So may my British grandma rest in peace. May my dad rest in peace. A lot of people are getting taken out by cancer. And see, I have to be careful because it's in my family. So every couple of years, I have to get my blood checked for, you know, cancer cells. Because if you can catch it in time, then you got nothing to worry about, and they can take it out of you, and then you don't have to worry about it. But unfortunately, my dad didn't catch it in time, you know, so, which is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Anyway. But yeah. But no, yeah, Pixel told me about that, and I was like, oh, wow. I had no idea that he passed away. So, yeah. Let's see. In 3023, Pee-wee would have gotten an award for what he did in the movie house. Oh, Lord. I don't know about all that. Anyway, Visions, be sure to watch this, buddy. But Visions, I knew you would be really excited about this because you've been telling me for months on end, Fears, watch this. Well, I don't know about months on end, but you're like, Fears, watch it all the way through. So I'm going to watch it all the way through. I know I'm going to love it because the couple of scenes that I have seen, I've loved. He's all over the place. Like, he's worried that he's going to get caught. He's a psychopath, but he still tries to, like, remain, like, normal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Visions? Like, he's like both. He's like, oh, yeah, like, I kill people, but I'm still going to go to work, and I still work out, and, you know, nobody has to fucking know. And then he has to, like, lie. Then that detective comes in, and he's like, isn't it weird? He's like, you know someone, and all of a sudden, you know, he just vanishes off the face of the earth, and da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, yeah, it's weird. He goes, that's kind of weird that, like, people just get sucked up into the world, and they just go away. All the time, he's like, no, I just killed him, you know, and I hit his body. You know, so I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to watch it tonight, and I'm going to review it tomorrow, Visions. But anyway, if you guys haven't checked out my new vlog, check out, it's only like 5 or 6 minutes long. It's when I went and saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny a couple of weeks back. Finally got it up. Yo, Tokyo, what's up? He says, well, I don't know if you're a he or a she. I would presume by your profile picture, you're a he. So he says, hey, Fears. Well, hey, buddy, what's going on? All right. Visions, I want your opinion since we're good buddies. What do you think? You think I should do some speed dating? What do you think? I mean, it couldn't hurt, right? But I want your thoughts on it. Visions. What do you think? What do you think? You know, because I have been messaging girls like crazy on those dating apps. You know, I get a little nibble here and there, but my friend at work was like, well, why don't you try, like, speed dating, Fears? And I was like, maybe, you know. So, yeah. Yo, Frank. Wow, Frank, it's been a while since I've seen you. Oh, man, it's been quite a long time. Hey, Fears, God bless. God bless to you, too. And I agree, Tokyo. American Psycho is a classic. It is a classic. It is a classic. I've only seen a couple of scenes of it, though. That's why Pixel and Visions are like, Fears, you're the goddamn movie master. Like, how come you've only watched a couple of scenes? Back in the day, when I lived in the Midwest, around Halloween time, they would just show a bunch of like crazy horror movies. And every time it was on, like whenever I was younger, I would just see little bits and pieces of it. I was like, because I was younger, I kind of lost interest. I was like, oh, like this ain't a horror movie. This guy's like in a business suit. When I was little, I never saw the crazy scene where he's naked, like in a hotel, like running around a hotel or an apartment complex or some shit like that. He's naked and he's got big, bright white tennis shoes on for some damn reason. Nothing else. He's totally nude and he's got blood all over him and he's chasing some girl. And then he like ends up chainsawing the fuck out of her, you know? You know? So yeah. Anyway. Kate says speed dating is a good option. Well, I thought I would give it a go, you know. So I think I'm gonna reserve a spot. The next one's in a couple of weeks. So, Vision says do anything other than what you've been doing because it hasn't been working. That's very true. That's very true, Visions. But since we're good buddies, I just wanted your opinion and the rest of the fans. I was like, it couldn't hurt because nothing else is working. I kid you not. It's not for a lack of trying. You know, my ex has moved on. I've moved on. She quickly found someone, which is fine. You know, I think she waited like a year and a half, and then she found, I don't know that guy's name, nor do I want to, but to each their own. But I'm glad. I'm happy for her. She moved on. You know, she moved away. She's got a whole new life. Great. Good for her. I wish her the best of luck. And Visions and Picture Like Fears, you've got to get over her. And I said, I am. I'm totally over her. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I wasn't totally over her probably like 2 years ago. Because I asked Visions about this, and he was like, Fears, as your friend, you've got to get over this girl. And I was like, you're right, buddy. You're right. Now, me and her, we're still friends, technically. I only hear from her, like, every once in a blue moon. She'll write me, like, hey, what's going on? And it's always the same conversation. It's always like, hey, Fears, what's up? Oh, I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, couldn't be better. Like, how's your job doing? I'm like, oh, pretty good. How's your job? Oh, great. Yeah. She's like, yeah, definitely, you know, just working away. I'm like, yeah, me too, working away. Hey, you still doing YouTube? Yep, still doing YouTube, still entertaining the fans, still editing videos. I said, I still, you still shooting guns? Because that's one of her hobbies. Oh, yeah, because I went shooting like a month ago. It's always the same type of conversation, but I'm very polite, you know, and I'm very nice because we're friends. And I'm like, it's great chatting with you. And she's like, oh, yeah, great chatting with you. You know, so every once in a while, it'll be, she'll switch it up a little bit. Like, hey, have you seen any new movies? I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I went and just saw this new movie like a week ago. So we're very casual with it, but we're still good. I mean, I don't know if we're good friends, but we're still friends. And I'm glad that we're still friends. But do I want to go back out with her again? No, I don't. So it's not for a lack of trying. I have been trying. I've been writing messages. And I took everybody's advice. Like my one friend was like, Fears, don't write a fucking paragraph. Just write, like, when you're on the dating app, just say a few sentences like, hey, I'm John. Oh, Teresa, nice to meet you. Not that I wrote a Teresa. I'm just using that name as an example. Because I know how the trolls are. Oh, wait, who the fuck's Teresa? Oh, we'll find out. Oh, we'll find out, Fears. No, you're an idiot. You won't find out because there is no Teresa. But I'm just using Teresa as a good name. My friends are like, Fears, don't write them a book. Just write a quick message. Oh, hi, Teresa. Hey, I noticed that we had a couple of things in common. Oh, it said on your profile that you love going to the beach. I like going to the beach. That's really cool that you like the beach. Oh, one of your favorite hobbies is photography? I've loved photography ever since I was 6 years old. I'd totally like to get to know you sometimes. Drop me a message sometime, you know? So I keep it very short and sweet and to the point. And apparently that just hasn't been working. So in a couple of weeks, the next event is, while I was having lunch, I had lunch at like 2. I went out and got some lunch, came back, ate it, and then I just Googled. I just wrote in the first thing that popped to my mind. I went to Google and just wrote speed dating events near Orlando or near me, and a few popped up, and they said one's in about a month. So I'll let you guys know in about a month. I think I'm gonna try this. So we'll see. And I tried to call Randy today. I haven't heard from Randy, but the last time I talked to him, he's doing all right. He's working on 3 scripts, and then we just got probably a week or two ago, my friend Mike, if you guys remember that guy, my friend Michael Boer, he used to go bowling with us all the time, and he's been in some of the old vlogs. It was like, Fierce, I've got to voice a character. I said, actually, I've got a part for you, buddy. And he goes, oh, what part is that? I said, I have to play two characters. And I said, it's better if I get another actor. I said, because I always play Fierce Man / Kenneth Clark. And I said, and then in Fierce Man 5, Cody and Cameo Man help Randall Brownstein and Fierce Man track down Black Aldrin, right? And then Randy's like, he goes, Fierce, well, you always play, Cameo Kid. He's not really a kid. He's 18, but that's the way Randy wrote the character. Because Randy plays Cameo Man, and then I play Cameo Kid, a.k.a. Cody. So in the script, it's usually not Cameo Kid. It's usually just that Cody says this. So it's Cameo Man and Cody. So I always voice Cody. So I wrote and said, hey, Mike, I said, you could do me a real big favor, buddy. I said, when you're in town, when I was in town, me and Mike went bowling. And so Mike's going to be in the new vlog, Visions. So I don't know if you've ever met Mike, Visions. I don't know if you've ever saw Mike. Unless you've watched some of my old vlogs. Mike's definitely been in the old vlogs. But Mike stopped being in the vlogs for a little while because he met his wife. And then whenever you have a wife, you get tied down. You get busy. Then they had 2 kids. I'm sorry. They're about to have 2 kids. He had 1 kid, which is his daughter. And then now he told me that when I was in town, he said, hey, Fierce, guess what? And I said, what's up? And we were bowling. He goes, me and my wife were trying for baby number 2. I was like, really? I'm like, oh, dude. I'm like, that's so cool. I'm like, I'm so happy for you. And he goes, yeah. He goes, we had a daughter. So he goes, we're going to try and have, we're going to try and give her like a baby brother. I said, well, what if you get another girl? He goes, doesn't matter, Fierce. He goes, then she'll have a baby sister. And I said, yeah. I said, that's cool, buddy. I said, hey, well, good luck on baby number 2. So I said, when we were bowling, I said, hey, do you want to voice Cody? He went, Fierce, I've been begging you for years to be in a Fierce Man. He goes, is this for real? I'm like, it's for real. I'm like, I don't want to play 2 characters. I'm like, because I want to give the fans my all as Fierce Man. And I said, then they'll be like, oh, well, Fierce did Cameo Kid. Cody, it's the same voice. I said, can you come up with a voice, for Cody? Just this once. I said, whenever me and Randy do Cameo Man adventures, as soon as Fierce Man 5's done, we're going to do another Cameo Man adventure. And Randy is almost done with the script, and I'm going to have to voice Cody. I said, can you just take over Cody just for this time? And he went, yeah, sure, Fierce. So I said, you can either record it when I'm in town, I said, or wait until I get back to Florida, and then just, mail it to me. So yeah, so he mailed it to me. I got the audio. Randall's going to start working on it. We're just waiting for, we hired some lady actress to play the news reporter, Kim Eagle. That was the character that we named her, Kim Eagle. And the reason why that is in downtown St. Louis. I think it's on Fox Channel 2 or Fox Channel 4. That's our news. There's an actual reporter. I think her name is like Kim Eagleton or something like that. And she's a black news reporter. And I said, hey, Randall, I said, I love to pull things out of my real life. I said, we should totally take a picture of that black lady from News Channel 4 or News Channel 2. I said, just switch her name around a little bit. I said, instead of like Kim Eagleton or however you say her last name, just do like Kim Eagle. And he was like, oh, Fierce, that's genius. And I went, well, there you go. So we're just waiting on the female actress to get back with Randall and to record her dialogue. And then Randall will start piecing it together. So hopefully Fierce Man 5 should be out in a couple of weeks. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Anyway. Let me see here. Let's see. Let's see here. Fierce, would you date a Chinese girl? Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't I? Kate says, you're probably coming off as too available. I don't think so, Kate. I mean, I was just making, like, friendly, polite conversation, Like, I'm old school, so you always introduce yourself to a lady. Like, hi, such and such. My name's John. Very nice to meet you. I really liked your profile. You seem really nice. I read your whole profile. Hey, I noticed we have a couple things in common. And then I'm like, if you'd like to, I totally would love to hang out sometime and get to know you more. We can go out for coffee or whatever you want to do. Drop me a line. I just keep it very short and sweet, so I don't think I'm too available, But anyway, that's just me, though. Well, Larry. The budget is. I don't know if I should say this. I don't know if Randall would want me to tell you guys how much we hired that actress off of Fiverr. Because it starts at $5, but then sometimes people charge more on that website. So I'm not gonna tell you how much we paid this girl to do voice acting. So yeah, so cause it's not that big of a deal, So anyway, but yeah, Visions. I hope you're excited for this. I'm excited for this because I've never. I mean, first of all, I got it on the cheap. I got this I believe I got this at Goodwill. I believe I didn't get this on my trip. I'm pretty sure. This was at Goodwill. So I got it on the cheap, and I'm going to watch it tonight. I've heard good things. It's considered a horror classic. Any top 10 list today? Nope, not any top 10 list today. I really wanted your guys' opinion. Well, because I didn't watch any movies last night, Vision, so I wanted your guys' opinion on the speed dating thing, and then I haven't checked out any movie. Well, I checked out Dial of Destiny, and that was good. But I don't know what else is coming. So let's go to Google. The next topic is movies coming out in 2023. So I'll see if there's anything worth, Fears this time. So yeah. And again, I hope the internet does not crap out, because if you guys can hear the thunder, it is pouring down out there. I mean, it's pouring down, thundering, rain, lightning, going ballistic. It's pretty nuts out there. All right, so movies coming out in 2023. All right, let's see what's coming out. Okay. Well, I did check out Mario Brothers. That was good. Apparently, they're making another Wonka movie. I mean, do we really need another Wonka movie? I mean, haven't we said everything about him? He's a candy maker. He dresses really weird. He talks really weird. He invites kids to his factory. Kind of creepy. He makes delicious chocolates. Enough said. I still need to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3, though. I still need to see that. I still need to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Vision says, for some reason, I never think of that movie when I recall some of my favorites, but it really is. Still need to read the book. I've heard it's a bit tenacious. Or tedious. Tedious. Oh, wait, they made a book about this? They made a book about this? I did not know that. I did not know that they made a book about this, Visions. Well, you know what? I just learned something today. I had no idea that they wrote a book about this. Right? I thought it was just a movie, I thought it was just a movie. But anyway, back to the movies at hand here. I really want to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. My buddy LC saw it, and he said it was fucking great. So I still need to see that. But apparently there's a new Wonka movie coming out. I don't know if it's a prequel, but I mean, like I said, haven't we said enough about Wonka? But Visions, you blew my mind. I had no idea that they made a book about American Psycho, and I know that's one of your favorite movies. I don't think it's your favorite movie, Visions. Actually, Visions, I've always wanted to know. I've never asked you. I'm just curious, since we're buddies. Visions, you know how my favorite movie of all time is Ghostbusters? It'll always be Ghostbusters. Visions, I've never asked you, what is your favorite movie of all time? I'm just curious. What is your favorite movie of all time, Visions? I've never asked you that. And if anybody else in the chat, tell me your favorite movie. So Kate, Larry, Yakov, Pixel, what's your favorite movie of all time? Let's see. Vision says, good one, Larry. Visions, why do you read books? Reading makes me sick. Oh, shit. The new Wonka is a prequel. It's about him growing up and starting the factory. Oh, well, there you go. Well, then I guess they would have something to say then because we haven't seen that part. I do enjoy the 70s Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That movie's a classic. The one with Johnny Depp, that's all right. But the 70s one is a classic. I grew up watching that at my grandma's house, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I did see Megan that came out. Megan was great. I enjoyed Megan. I did see Scream. What is it? Visions. Scream 6. Scream 7. Whatever the new one was. So yeah. Fangirl Kate says, "Man, I don't think I have a favorite movie. It just depends on my mood." Well, Kate, just give me like one of your favorite movies. What's one of your favorite movies? Visions. Visions? What is your favorite film of all time? You guys know Fears. I cannot get enough of Ghostbusters. Fears could watch Ghostbusters every day, every second, every minute. I love me some Ghostbusters. Larry says, my favorite movie is Beverly Hills Cops. That's a good one. Well, which one? 1, 2, or 3, or all of them, Larry? Fangirl Kate says, I like The Matrix. That's a good one. That's very good. Let me see here. Apparently they're making a sequel to The Exorcist. Oh, God, another one of those. Oh, Lord. They made a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, then they made a prequel to it, then they made a prequel to the fucking prequel and shit. Anyway, but no, Visions, if you had to think, what is your favorite film of all time? I'm sorry, it wasn't Scream 7, it's Scream 6. I'm looking on Google right now. They're in production right now of making Scream 7. But I went and saw Scream 6, and it was pretty good. Let's see what else. They're making some horror movie called Winnie the Pooh. Oh, Lord. Destroying our childhood with a horror movie. That is quite the concept, though. Taking a amazing cartoon and turning it into a horror film. You know, Fears, I love those cheesy movies. I'll probably go and see it. Oh, another Insidious movie. Oh, Lord. They've made like 4 of those. Megan was good. I did enjoy Megan. Megan was good. I bought that. Avatar 2. I wasn't that much of an Avatar fan. I watched the first one. It was all right, but I don't know. I don't know if Avatar 2 is worth Fears' time. Vision says mood plays big into it for sure. I'd say it's a toss-up between The Toxic Avenger, okay, Taxi Driver, or maybe even Seven Samurai. Okay, I've never seen Seven Samurai, Visions. I've seen bits and pieces of Taxi Driver. You've told me about it. It's got Robert De Niro in it. I've seen it. I've seen bits of it. And then I saw The Toxic Avenger, and man, oh Lord, was that nuts. It was funny nuts, except for the one scene that I've told you about, Visions. I did not like that one scene. I thought they took that one scene way too far. The rest of the movie was fucking hilarious, you know? Like, he goes flying out the window into the toxic sludge, and then he's, like, burning alive on the sidewalk, and everyone's, like staring at him, like, oh, shit, oh, my God. Then he tries to, like, take a bath. He, like, gets home, and his mom's like, hey, what's wrong? What's wrong? Your son has got toxic sludge, and he's burning alive as he's walking through the fucking front door. Get with it. Then he gets into the tub, and it goes from, like, a nice, like, bubble bath to, like, this green, like, creamy liquid ooze because, like, all the toxic shit is falling off his body, you know? And then, like, his muscles start growing and shit, and then he turns into a badass, you know? And then he's like, all right, it's time to kill all you motherfuckers that did this to me. And he takes them out just one by one. I went and saw Indiana Jones. Let's see. Oh, Lord, they're making another Halloween. Well, that doesn't surprise me. You know, because by the time Fears is 97, they'll make, like, Halloween 28. You know, he will not die. Even though they killed him off, you know, in the last one, it'll be like they killed him off in that series. They'll make another series or a prequel, or they'll make a sequel to the original sequels, you know, and all that. I haven't went and seen Barbie yet, but I don't know. Vision said it was pretty good. I don't know. I'm debating on if I should sit through that pink garbage. But we'll see. He said it was pretty funny with Ken. So let's see what else we got here. They're making another Blade movie. I mean, they made 3 of them. But Blade 4 coming out. I went and saw Mario Brothers. That was good. God, LC watched it 5 times. I've watched it once. So yeah. Let's see here. I need to rewatch that one. It's been years. What? Taxi Driver? Okay. I mean, you told me, Visions, that it was good. Dog Day Afternoon. I've never seen that one. And then you said Barbie rocked harder than. Oh, okay. All right. So I guess Barbie's like a straight up like comedy. Well, I may give it a go. I mean, hell, when I was on vacation, I went to a late viewing of The Little Mermaid live action movie because there was nothing else there. I was so bored. My mom went to bingo like with a couple of her friends at church. So she went off. My mom's like, "What are you gonna do for dinner?" I was like, I'll probably just stay home, Mom. I'll make a sandwich." And she's like, "Well, I'm gonna leave you, the car with the keys." She's like, my friend's picking me up, so if you want to go somewhere and do something, like you can borrow my car." And I went, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Cool, thanks, Mom." And this was like before the wedding I went to, right, Visions? So I'm just sitting there, I'm watching like YouTube videos, and it's getting late, and I'm just like, man, I'm so bored. And so I turned off YouTube. I took a little nap, and then when I woke up, it was like around 9:40, 10 something. I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if there's any movies. I should have Googled it, but I just, like, the movie theater is like probably 10 minutes away from my mom's house. So I just drove, and I was like, hey, what's seeing? I said, is there any late shows? And he said, you're in luck. We've got one late show left. And I said, oh, really? I said, what is it? And I thought it was going to be like Indiana Jones, and I was like, I'll go see Indiana Jones again, which I did. After I went and saw The Little Mermaid, like 2 days later, I went back and saw Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny for the second time, and I love that movie. It's pretty good. It's not the best Indiana Jones film, but it's good. So then the lady was all like, "Oh yeah, we've got one left. It's Little Mermaid." I was like, "Anything else?" And he's like, "Don't you like Disney movies?" I said, "I do." I said, "Just The Little Mermaid is not my go-to pick." And then he was like, "Well, what's your favorite?" I said, "Oh, I love Aladdin. Aladdin is the shot. That's Spears' favorite Disney movie." And he's like, "What about Toy Story?" I said, "I like Toy Story." I said, "It's just not my favorite." He's like, "What about Shrek, man?" I said, "I never said anything bad about Shrek." I said, "Shrek's fucking great." I said, "Mike Myers makes me fucking lose my mind." I'm like, he's fucking Wayne Campbell and shit. I said, it's just not my favorite. I said, I said, "You asked my favorite. It's Aladdin." And he's like, "Take it or leave it, man. That's all we got left." I went, "All right." And I'm like, I saw the live action version of Beauty and the Beast. I saw the live action version of Aladdin. Time to roll with the flow. And I said, let's watch the live action version of The Little Mermaid. It wasn't bad. Flounder is my favorite character out of The Little Mermaid. Flounder fucking makes me lose it. So Flounder was a rockin'. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Let's see here. Larry says, I never knew how hot Ken was. God damn, Larry. Oh, there you go. There you go, Larry. There you go. Larry swings both ways. Larry gets on a little bit of that dick. Larry gets on a little bit of those boobies. Why not, Larry? Get on Ken. I wouldn't. But, whatever floats your boat, buddy. Get on it. Get on it. Get on it. They should have casted Zac Efron. No, I mean, I think Ryan, whatever his name is, Ryan Gosling or whatever the hell is it? He was in Blade Runner with Harrison Ford. I think he would make an okay Ken. Hell, the guy that played Beetlejuice, he played Ken in Toy Story 3. He voiced Ken. So the guy that played Batman and was in Beetlejuice, if he can do it, then, Ryan can do it. Which, by the way, Beetlejuice, I have been seeing tons of vlogs, Visions. People are visiting the set of Beetlejuice 2. People are going to that actual town in, I think it takes place in Connecticut, I think. Isn't it Winter Sea Haven, Connecticut, or some shit like? It's Winter something, right? It's Winter. Hang on. What the hell is it? What's the made-up town? They film it in Connecticut, but it's a small little town in Connecticut, but they had to change the name. It's an actual little town, and they rebuilt the Red Bridge, and I've been seeing all these vlogs, and they rebuilt the massive, tall, like, White House. I just can't remember the name, the made-up town name. And I'm a big Beetlejuice fan. I cannot believe that Michael Keaton is coming back as Beetlejuice. Fuck yes, man. My favorite scene out of the whole first Beetlejuice Visions, I've told you this a million times. He's like sitting there on the couch, and Beetlejuice has no patience. And so there's like a voodoo witch doctor like sitting next to him, and then like some hunter sitting next to him. That the voodoo witch doctor like shrunk his head like that one, and he pulls out this little piece of paper like this. It's real long, like this, and it's got a massive long number, and he's waiting for his turn to talk to his like I forgot what it is. He's he has an appointment or whatever to see if he gets in heaven or hell or whatever, and it's like 1,567,000 or whatever the hell it is. And there's this little, like, number thing on the ceiling. And he's all like this, and he's all like that. And then it says, ding! And it's like number 4. And he's like, and then he, like, looks over at the guy. And the guy's got number 4, the voodoo witch doctor. And it's fucking hilarious. It's perfect. It's just the delivery on how Michael Keaton does it. Visions, it gets me every single time. He, like, goes, excuse me. He goes, did you do that work? Very nice work. He goes, let me ask you something. He goes, how do you get him down so little? Like he's talking about the guy's head. And then all of a sudden, I don't know where he goes, hey, there goes Elvis. Yo, King. And then he grabs the guy's fucking little number. And then he throws the long-ass piece of paper. And he's like, well, he's like, looks like I'm next. And he's like, man, he goes, it's about time too. He goes, I got to do an underwear shoot in about an hour and a half. He's like, yeah, he's like, they've been after me for months. He's like, some type of underwear deal and shit. And I am fucking losing my mind. Some underwear deal in a half an hour. Oh, it was fucking over with. But it's the delivery on how he does it, Vision. Hey, there goes Elvis. Yo, King, and all that shit. That's my favorite scene out of the whole fucking movie. It's fucking hilarious. Oh, man, it's a great delivery. So I can't wait to see him portray part 2. What happens in part 2? Does Lydia Dietz, does she work at Mrs. Shannon's school, for young girls? Because, that's where she goes to school. Does she still live in that big-ass house? Does she still live in that Connecticut town that baffles me? I can't remember what the name of it. Winter River. That's what it is. Winter River, Connecticut. But that's like the made-up town. They film it in Connecticut, an actual little town, but the made-up little city is Winter River, Connecticut. But yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it's any good, We'll see if it's any good. I hope. I mean, that's a tall order. That is a tall order to make a sequel to, because the first one was so great, you guys. What are you guys' thoughts on it? Do you think part 2 will be just as good as part 1? Let's hope. Anyway. I hope it doesn't disappoint. I really hope it doesn't disappoint. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else they got here. Let's see what else is coming out. Fangirl Kate says that's badass. It is badass, It's badass that they're making a part 2. But again, you guys know my thoughts on sequels. Some sequels I like, some sequels I don't like. I just hope Beetlejuice 2 is not a hindrance to part 1. Because part 1 is so legendary. It's legendary. And then what if the sequel comes out and it's just shit garbage? Then I'm gonna be really pissed off. I'm gonna be like, oh fucking hell. I'm like, the first one's great, the second one sucks. But I have faith because Michael Keaton is a fantastic actor. When he came back and played Batman again, so that's the 3rd time he's played Batman now, I was like, oh, this is fucking amazing. When I went and saw The Flash, now the guy that plays the Flash, that guy is batshit crazy out of his mind, Because I remember Randall was telling me all this crazy shit that he was doing like behind the scenes. That guy, the guy that plays the Flash, I guess he's a good actor, but Behind the scenes, he's just fucking batshit crazy. But Michael Keaton playing Batman again for the third time, I was like a little kid in a candy store. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see this. So yeah. Visions has a very good question. He goes, hey Larry. He goes, I'm just curious. He goes, how much did you get paid for your part in Hoosiers? Oh, snap. Damn. Vision's getting saucy in the chat. Larry, I'm actually kind of curious too. Do they pay you $200 a day? $300 a day? $500 a day? I'm just curious. Fangirl Kate said he's insane. I agree, Kate. He's a good actor, but whenever he's not working on a project, like behind the scenes, that guy that plays the Flash is batshit crazy out of his fucking mind. Like, Randy said he was extorting money, he does drugs, he like kidnapped people, which is not good. And then he was like holding people hostage, and then he was breaking and entering and doing all this crazy shit. And I'm like, damn. Damn. You know? Let's see. Vision says, to be honest though, who hasn't thrown a bar stool and a table at a bar before or tried to break into a place to get a bottle? That's true. That's true, buddy. You know what, Vision? I can honestly say I've never trashed a bar before. I almost got thrown out of a bar one time when I was young and stupid, the old college days, buddy. Don't worry, Visions. When I go to hang out with you next year and we go to a bar to get a beer, I promise Fears will be on his best behavior and I won't get thrown out of a bar. When I was in college, but I was standing up for my friend. There was like this like jock guy, like, hey, I can take a football and throw it 1,000 yards. And he was giving my friend shit. So obviously I came to my friend's aid. And I was like, quit making fun of my friend. And he's like, well, who the fuck are you? I'm like, who the fuck are you? I'm like, me and my friend are just here, just having a beer, just chilling out. I'm like, we're celebrating